Hello and welcome to another Skaredcast battle report. Today, the forces of the Necrons will be facing the Drukhari in this Dawn of War mission. Let's dive in.
The Dark King.
Welcome to the battle report. Dark Eldar, Tantaluses, Witches, and as too many super heavies to count. Let's take a look at the armies and then dive into the mission. And here we have triple Tantalus Wych Cult extravaganza, which of course a lot of you voted for in the last video. You were like, you know what? Let's see witches. So sure, here you go. By popular demand, more witches. Now the full list is in the description or the comments down below. So if you want to check out the full point by point, just check it out. So it is the cult of the Red Grief. Why? Because speed is the name of the game. I have a master succubus with triptych whip and precision blows. I have a secondary succubus with quicksilver fighter for an extra attacks and the blood glaive relic. I have a unit of 10 blood brides with a power sword and a blast pistol, as well as the 2 witch weapons you see there. 2 units of 10 witches, each with what you see is what you get. Then I have 2 units of 5 witches for doing actions and little things like that as well. A beast pack master, 3 beast units, 2 chimera, a clawed fiend, and 5 razorwing flocks. A 6 strong unit of Reaver jet bikes with double blaster, 2 venoms, 5 mandrakes, and of course the 3 Tantalus. Really looking forward to seeing how this list does against the mighty firepower of the Necrons. I also totally forgot I have 10 Hellions in this list, because 10 Hellions. There you have it. Added to the list. Well, this is John's army. John, what in the world is this?
Pure madness. So, thanks to the Arcs of Omen detachment, I can do some very silly things with my list. So this is a bunch of Lords of War. We have the Silent King in 1 slot. We have a Tesseract Vault in another slot. We have a Monolith and an Obelisk. The Monoliths are equipped with Death Rays. We have another Monolith and another Obelisk. That Monolith is also equipped with Death Rays. We have 2 squads of 3 Scarabs and a Technomancer who is being stood in for by an Ambot.
There you go. Is that 2,000 points on the nose?
That's 2,000 points on the nose.
That looks ridiculous. Of course, the full list will be in the description, the comments down below. This is a list that John took to the team event we went recently. Very excited to see how I stand up against it, because this list, by the way, what the heck does an obelisk do? Well, we're going to find out, okay? We're going to find out. We've got Dawn of War mission. We're playing direct assault, so that's hold 1, hold 2, hold more, and kill models or units on objectives and take objectives for points. And today's special rule is Vox static, so the command point reroll will be an additional command point. You ready, John?
I'm so ready.
Okay, let's roll off to see who deploys first. Actually, technically, I deploy first, but that's okay. I'm going to deploy first. No, I'm going to let you deploy first.
Okay.
You don't have any redeploys or anything, do you?
No.
No. Excellent. You go first. We've changed the terrain a little bit around so that John could deploy his army.
Actually put things on the table.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think there's much science in how you deployed. However, let's just go through what these things are, John.
Okay. So we have some Scarabs.
Yep.
Then we have a Monolith.
Yep.
An Obelisk.
Yep.
A Tesseract Vault.
Yep.
A Cryptek.
Yep.
The King.
Yep.
A Monolith.
Yep.
An Obelisk.
And where the other scarabs?
And some Scarabs.
Oh, they're hiding right over there. There you have it. All of this madness. Now, on my side of the table, I did Mandrakes forward deploying. I did 5 witches in there. And they've all got their combat drugs, because I rolled for all their combat drugs. Hellions, Beastpack Master, 2 Chimera, Razorwing Flux, 1 Clawed Fiend back here, 5 witches, then 10 witches with Precision Blow Succubus, 10 witches with the Blood Glaive Succubus, and 10 Blood Brights. That's it. There you have it. What a crazy time. I'm ready to rock and roll. And without further ado, let's dive in to the first turn. I rolled a 5.
I rolled a 2.
Well, it is Dark Eldar turn number 1. I started with 1 command point. I go up to 2 command points. My orders are attempting target. John picked the middle objective. I have to try take that for 5 points. Battlefield supremacy. Hold 3 objectives and more than John does, which should be achievable this turn, and grind them down. By the end of John's turn, if I've killed more things than he killed of me in retaliation, I'll score it. If I don't, I discard it. I don't think I'm going to get that. Because he's got a bunch of super heavies, and I've got a bunch of little crap. So, yeah, let's dive into the movement phase. It is the end of my first movement phase. All 3 Tantali have moved this way. I'm essentially staying 32 inches away from that obelisk and that monolith, because they have an 8-inch move. They have assault guns?
They do.
Okay, so they could advance, but that'd be -1 to hit and all that stuff. So, like, I'm just trying to make it harder for him to target my Tantali. Even though I'm overloading this one flank, and if all of them get busted, all my stuff is kind of stuck on this side of the board. It's worth the risk, because if I just go straight up, I don't know. I could have just run everything forward and taken 1 turn of shooting and then just charged him, but I don't know. I feel like that's the right play. Helions and Reaver Jetbike stayed. Mandrake stayed because they're holding that objective. This Venom stayed put as well, and then this Venom advanced from over there over here with 5 little witches, just in case I need to send something else in the middle next turn. And yeah, let's do some. We'll come back after the shooting phase because his protocol is cover in his deployment zone. Even my AP3 super disintegrators will give a 4-up save to the obelisk or the monolith. So I'm just going to shoot at the Tesseract Vault. Because it has a 4-up inbolt anyway. I might as well. Plus, I need to get rid of that Transcendent Satan. We'll come back and see what happens after. Well then, end of the shooting phase. All 3 Tantalus shot at the toughness 7 Tesseract bolts, and I left it with 14 wounds out of 30.
Correct.
I did 16 damage with my shooting, and that's it. I don't really have anything else that can shoot or that can see anything. Actually, he might be able to see. I'm just going to check him because it's so big that obscuring doesn't matter. I'll just show you the little guns. So, little guns on 3s and on 6s. Yeah,
Oh.
1 at AP1, baby!
2-up.
Is that a 2-up?
Yep. It's a 2-up, 4-up.
Oh, it's the Tesseract is a 2-up.
Yep.
Okay. Come on, come on. Ah, sad. That would have been 2 damage. Okay, so I do score attempting target for 5 points. I do score battlefield supremacy for 5 points. I'll discard, grind them down because I didn't kill anything. So I just can't physically score it. And with that, we move on to Necron turn number 1. John got Bring It Down, so kill 1 of my Tantalus. It'll be the scale one in the back. No prisoners. Do 30 wounds worth of damage. If you kill 2 Tantalus, you score it. And raise the banner on one of the objectives in No Man's Land. Do an action with an infantry unit or something that is objective secured, which would be, I guess, your scarabs and stuff as well. Okay, let's go into the movement phase. So you are in the reanimation protocol with 2 wounds healed at the start of every turn.
Correct.
So your Tesseract went up to 16. Your Technomancer healed it for another 2. So it's back up to 18. 18. Other than that stayed still because it has like super guns when it shoots. And this monolith moved, and then the king just moved up as well because these are core, so he gives it reroll hits in shooting. So silly. They're all obsec, by the way, if you were wondering. And then this advanced up to kind of get a bead on the little Razorwing flocks, and then that monolith just moved up a little bit. And, is gonna try and make itself some room, while the scarabs just stayed hidden towards the back in order to hold objectives. And with that, we go into John's favorite phase.
The shooting phase.
I love it. Halfway through the shooting phase, the birds did not last very long after Satan Powers and the entire Tesseract Vault nuked them, but he couldn't afford me to have the middle objective. And then the king and this monolith have shot into this Tantalus and left it with 1 wound remaining, much to John's... Normally I have a Raider or a Venom with 1 wound remaining. Now it's a Tantalus with 1 wound remaining.
It's just
Drukhari.
It's
just It's just Drukhari.
That's it.
Hashtag, it's just Drukhari. End of the shooting phase. John, what happened?
Well, I shot a bunch of stuff at the Tantalus, and it died.
That one did.
Yes. I shot a bunch of stuff at the birds, and the birds also died.
Yep.
And then I used my gravity pulses to slow down
This Tantalus?
that Tantalus, and the Hellions.
That's right. So they're moving half, and they're moving up. You just pick a fly unit within 24 inches, even out of line of sight, and there's a gravity well that slows them down. This took 5 wounds, there's 13 left. This one took 4 damage. That one I rolled really hot for its saves against the 2 damage obelisk, because it gets 24 shots.
Yes.
Strength 8 Tesla, but they're no AP, so the 3-up save on the Tantalus has really helped me in that case. And I got lucky that that didn't die to the monolith, basically, because he didn't roll really hot for the D6 shots on the particle whip. So with that, what did you? Let's see the score.
So I won't score bring it down yet, but I'm going to hold on to it.
So no prisoners you scored, because you got 25 wounds plus a Tantalus.
Right.
You are going to hold on to that.
I am going to hold on to bring it down.
And are you going to get rid of Raise the Banner?
I'm going to get rid of it. I could probably do it, but I would rather spend time shooting things.
Okay. So 5 points on secondaries. He's holding on to 1 card, and we're moving on to Drukhari turn number 2. So Drukhari turn number 2, I hold 1, I hold 2, and you hold 1. So that will give me is it 4 points each? 12 points. Oh, you did get 3 points on your primary for killing something on an objective. So you get 3 points for that, and I got 3 points for holding an objective that I did not control at the start of the turn. Okay, so cards. I got no prisoners, kill 30 wounds worth of stuff, overwhelming firepower, try kill 3 things with shooting, that's not going to happen, and assassination. You've only got the king and your techno monster back there. It's going to be a little hard for me to get to, but let's see if we can kill that Tesseract Vault. So let's dive into the movement phase. So this Tantalus moved up. The Bloodbrides got out and advanced. They're going to just try to tackle the king. I'm hoping to hold him in combat with the nets to prevent everything from shooting at them. Everything else kind of moved around to try and take out this Tesseract Vault. It's 18 wounds though, so I brought up my Reaver Jet bikes. They advanced. They got 11-inch move, even with the -1. That's a 7 or 8-inch charge, where they get a free reroll, which is good. This is moving up to throw the grenade, give everything +1 to hit in combat. Anyway, lots of stuff going on. This Venom moved up. Mandrakes went into reserve. And then the 1 unit that was out here got into the empty Tantalus, and this one advanced with its super sail to get outside of 24 inches of the obelisks to make sure that you can't shoot it with 2 damage guns. But it does mean that the guns will be -1 to hit, and I still have a succubus and 10 more witches in here. Okay, let's do some shooting and see what happens. Pretty much all of my shooting went to the Tesseract Vault. I did lob the grenade at the obelisk and got 1 wound in, so I get +1 to power from pain for the entire army right now, which is awesome. And I brought the Tesseract Vault down to 2 wounds with both of the Tantaluses, the blasters basically, and that was like what did most of the damage. You even re-rolled one of the saves, costing 2 CP, and failed it. I rolled a 4, needed a 6 to kill the Tesseract Vault outright. That means I am going to have to charge in and attack the Tesseract Vault in combat. So with that, let's dive into some charge phases. So the Venom, I moved up specifically to charge your Tesseract first.
I'm going to overwatch the Venom.
Of course you are. And we'll come back after the charge phase. But that's just to soak up all the Tesla shots so he's not hitting my Hellions or my Reaver Jet bikes. It is madness. Okay, so of course in WTC and ITC, if you can't make it through a wall, you can kind of fight in the wall. So we just took that off right now to showcase that. But the Venom survived with 2 wounds remaining from the Overwatch. The Reaver Jet bikes jumped in. The Hellions were able to make that charge. The Bloodbrides charged the king, and the Succubus has gone all the way over this way to fight the Men-Ears, so that she doesn't get fight losses. Okay, so with that, does this have any combat potential?
Nope.
Okay, so it doesn't make any sense to attack with anything here. They already fight lost, so they fight normal. So I'm going to go ahead and fight with my Succubus first. Halfway through the charge phase, my Succubus killed the Men-Ear and put 1 down to 2 wounds, and then she bounced around there. Then the Hellions, the Venom attacked the Tesseract just to get some extra movement and move blocks into the Scarabs. Then the Hellions attacked and did kill the one wounded Tesseract. Are you going to spend the CP to auto-explode it?
Yes, we are.
Nice. How many CP is that?
It is 3 because
He's down to 2 CP, and he's going to go 2d6 inches?
2d6
The
inches.
d6 mortal wounds?
Correct.
Okay, he's just going to go thermonuclear. How many inches does it go? 7 inches. Okay, not terrible. It hit the king, hit a couple of stuff.
It hits the succubus.
Is it really?
Yeah. Oh, you might just... No. Succubus is safe.
Hooray!
But it'll hit...
It'll hit everything.
Oh, yeah.
It hits him too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sad. Okay, and then we'll come back after the aftermath. The aftermath. My poor Beastpack Master died. The Venom did die. I have to roll for the 5 witches inside of this Venom. But killed the Cryptek, killed a base of Scarabs, did 6 wounds to the King, 1 only to the witches, killed 2 jet bikes, 1 Hellion. So I feel like the Tesseract Vault did more damage to John's stuff than to mine. And all the witches are completely fine. End of the fight phase sees the Blood Brides roll an inhuman amount of 4 blesses and only lose 1 in combat. So there's still an 8 strong unit of Blood Brides back there. And then we have, of course, the Reeve Jet Bikes. They lost a few models. They just kind of piled in. And then the Hellions engaged this Obelisk and didn't take any damage in return. So, end of the fight phase on a 4+. The Technomancer comes back as his... he fixes himself from the giant explosion.
Nope.
He does not and is removed. My poor Ambot. That's right. Necromunda model. He looks so cool. And that was a pretty good turn for the Drukhari. The key here is going to be whether or not they can keep the king in combat with their net. If so, that's going to be a big problem for John. So let's see what I scored. So I did get no prisoners because I did kill the vaults. I didn't kill anything with shooting, and I had... Oh, wait. Ha! A character was destroyed. So I will also take assassination, and of course I will get rid of overwhelming firepower. Now I did kill something that was on an objective, and I do not hold an objective I didn't hold because I actually accidentally stayed out. So I only get 3 bonus points for primary there. As we move on to turn number 2 for the Necrons. So 4 points for primary, that healed up to full, that healed up to almost full, and the king also healed 2 wounds.
Correct.
So he's back up to 11, and fighting a bunch of witches. So with that, command phase will be done.
I will be done. We'll go to the 2 things that can get it.
And we'll see what cards John brings out. Cards are Bring It Down, which you kept from last turn. Investigate Sight, which is doing an action wholly within 6 into the center of the battlefield, so that's not going to happen right now. And Assassination, try and kill a character. I have 2 characters. One is exposed out over there, and one is tucked away inside one of my Tantaluses. So we are going to show this off. John has to win a roll-off to fall back with the king. Because I have a net, he suffers a -1 to his roll.
Ooh.
Right. And if there's a tie, we do re-roll.
Oh, neat.
Yes. Okay. And I roll a 3.
That's a 6.
You successfully get away. Uh-oh. They're all dead now. Very, very dead.
So, with no vault left, I've moved sort of, I snuck the objective away from the Tantalus
You
with
did,
the monolith.
because your monolith is objective secured.
Yeah.
Sad.
Thanks to that roll-off, I got the king out, so we have some targets to shoot. He won't be able to shoot, but that's okay. The monolith has actually moved over to help hoover up anything that's waiting in the wings.
Yep.
The obelisk is not moving.
Because he wants to just destroy a unit of Hellions.
Because we're going to lightning gun.
Yep, that makes sense. And then they moved up to basically pull me down to a 4-point primary. So you just want to like get rid of my scoring and kind of like tackle my, because I'm getting a lot of points. So you're trying to stop me from scoring points.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go into the shooting phase. Take stock, because I feel like most of this, if not all of it, will be dead at the end of the shooting phase. We'll come back. Are you happy, John?
I'm so happy.
Oh, look at that. Everything dead. Succubus, dead. Blood Brides, dead. Squad, dead. Hellions, dead. And then 1 Reaver jet bike survives because they lightning fast reactions. They're like, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Yep.
But other than that, everything else died. So you are going to go into charge. You're going to charge that monolith into this Tantalus.
Yes, I
And
am.
this Tantalus is just he's gonna sit there and overwatch you. you know, if I can get any bit of damage onto you before you can heal again, that would be good. Have a couple of CP to burn. So 6s. Nope. Come on in, baby. Well, the monolith killed the Tantalus in combat with his vacuum cleaner. Basically 6 automatic hits, strength 10, AP3, 3 damage, rerolling all wounds because of the king. Just totally destroyed my Tantalus, but that did allow the Obsec witches to get out and essentially take back the objective. Then we have over here, the Reaver Jetbike survived the Scarabs charging, so now the Reaver Jetbike gets to fight you back. Only 2 hits and 2 wounds at AP1.
I don't get a save.
So just 2 wounds on one of the little Scarab bases. And he's leadership 9 thanks to my drugs. He lost 3 friends, so he cannot fail morale. They lost 2 out of 7, and they're leadership 8, so they cannot fail morale. And with that, it is the end of turn 2, and it's already been an absolute bloodbath. Let's see what John scores. So you did kill my Warlord, so that's 5 points for assassination. And then you still have kill that 1 extra Tantalus, which is bring it down and do an action within 6 inches of the center of the table, wholly within 6 inches of the center of the table. You get in rhythm.
This is a difficult decision, but I will stop hunting that poor Tantalus.
Okay, it's gonna die anyway, but it's like you literally weren't able to draw another card. You're stuck with it for a whole turn. You weren't able to hunt the Tantalus. So, on to Drukhari, turn number 3. You did get 3 points for taking an objective that you didn't already control. And you got that there. I think it's a maximum of 3 points, but let's check. So at the start of my turn, I hold 1 objective, I hold 2 objectives. And you hold 1 objective and 2 objectives, so I just get 8 points at the start of the turn. Talked about behind enemy lines, totally drew it. Yes, I put it in the universe and it happened. Secure no man's land, which is control 2 or more objectives in no man's land to get that point, and extend battle lines is hold mine and 1 in no man's land. So I should be able to get all 15 this turn. Nice. Okay, so with that, let's go into the movement phase. Let's see what we can do. End of my movement phase saw the witches get out to target these scarabs. The venom move up to hold the middle objective. The mandrakes coming back from the shadows so they can see and shoot those as well. The chimeras stink. The Tantalus hiding in a corner, ready to shoot the king. They fell back just to make sure I hold that objective and deny it from jump. The witch, both witches, like the succubus and the witches, were back here. They got out. Gonna have to charge either the scarabs and then potentially take away his objective, or the scarabs and pile into the king and try and hold him with a net again. Oh, there's so many things I need to try and do to stay alive in turns 3, 4, 5. Like, I'm almost out of army, so we'll see. And then we've got the, that's the thing about Wych Cult. It like burns like a gasoline fire. Very hot, very fast, and then you run out of fuel. It's just, that's how it works. The Claude Fiend is hiding back here, and then the Reaver Jetbike did fall back and spent a CP to fall back and shoot. So I could use his blaster, potentially shoot into the king as well. And there you have it, end of the shooting phase. The mandrakes killed 2.5 of these scarabs by themselves. That was incredible shooting from them. The witches then shot the last one. That's fine. I'm not worried about that in the slightest. This venom tried to shoot that. The blaster did 4 wounds on the king. Good use of the CP to fall back and shoot. Tantalus did nothing to the king. Now we go into the charge phase. So let me measure this king charge. They failed with a reroll into the scarabs. Needed a 7, didn't happen. However, she did make it with a reroll into the king, and they are not going to charge because they don't want to get nuked by a Tesseract Vault. So with that, we're just going to go into combats. Let's see what we can do here. She's going to, oh no, she fights last.
She does.
Yep. Okay, you get to go. Oh, she almost got him. Did 4 wounds with the blood glaive, and he lived with 1 wound remaining as he fell 2. However, I did a lightning fast reactions and lived with 3 wounds, so that's good for her. So at the end of my turn, I will be scoring extend battle lines. I will be scoring behind enemy lines. I will be scoring secure no man's land. That's 15, and I will be taking an objective that I did not control and killing a unit that was within range of it. So I will get 3 bonus points for my primary at the end there. Okay, going on to John's turn number 3, and he will get 4 points on primary. So you've got behind enemy lines. Okay, you have capture enemy outpost, which is trying to take my objective, and kill 3 things with shooting. Well, I think we know which one you're going to do.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Or
you could spend a CP to get new orders.
I'm going to get rid of capture enemy outpost.
Okay, and you get...
And I'm going to take deploy teleport.
That's another one you have to do in my deployment zone. It's doing an action in my deployment zone.
Cool.
Okay, so the card's not being too kind to an army of just super heavies, as we can see. However, John's having a ton of fun just blowing me to smithereens, and I probably only have maybe one more turn left in me before he tables me and has a whole turn by himself to do whatever he wants. So let's move into the movement phase. That obelisk just kind of floated forwards that way. This monolith kind of tucked in that way. These scarabs stole this objective in the middle, and this monolith kind of eked forward, and this obelisk has decided to finally move. And then the king might stay in combat, might try to run away. John is thinking about it very hard. Look at him.
That's it.
Look, he's got the beard, like everything. What do you think he'll do? Leave a comment down below. He decided not to move out of combat, and so we'll do some shooting and see if anything survives. However, the king is so wounded that he doesn't have his reroll aura anymore, so that's going to be interesting. And we're playing WTC rules, so even if he did pay to act at full bracket, he doesn't get his auras in WTC, which is interesting. I did not know that, but John did because he read it for the tournament that we went to. Yeah. Okay. So, I don't know. Wait, I've got a few things left. Let's see if I have anything left at the end of this turn. Done shooting, as you can see, witches begun. It's like he grabbed a little spray can and was like, vermin, go away. That was sad. These witches also died, but I did have one mandrake survive. Yes. And then the venom survived some particle shooting, and now we're gonna charge a monolith into some witches.
That's right.
Okay. Oh, the jet bike also died. But considering I still have mandrake left, that's probably the best thing that could happen to me. Okay. Okay. You make it in with the vacuum cleaner. It's like a little Roomba that just like.
Skari, it's a building-sized Roomba.
It is a building-sized Roomba. 6 automatic hits that wound on 2s. Oh, you are charging. Okay.
Yes.
The little scarabs are jumping in as well. They're being really sneaky-like. Look them go.
And I think that's all of the charges I'm going to declare.
Okay. So we have, that's it one. 6 auto hits, wounding on 2s. 3 of them. Yep. 4 up involves. I've got 4 left. Oh, I got 1 left. No, I needed 1 more to live. Silly witch. 1 more. I don't have enough CP to reroll. I wanted to show this off before John rolls. He only gets 2 attacks with the king at this bracket.
Yes.
I have 1 wound left. I spent my command point for lightning fast reactions. Go, little witch.
So
Go, succubus.
these will hit on 3s.
Okay. Oh, I saw a 2 there too. Okay.
And then this will wound on a 2.
Okay. Ooh, I get 1 4-up invulnerable save. Come on, little succubus. No, she will go down. I don't have enough CP to reroll it. Okay, so she died. The Mandrake failed his morale test. I'm going to see if I can hold that morale test. And I do. So she is okay, because she's leadership 9. So, other than that, you will get 3 points for killing a unit and holding an objective you didn't hold. So 3 more primary points. And in terms of, what did you kill with shooting?
I killed these witches.
Yep.
Those witches.
And the bike. So that would be overwhelming firepower for 3 points. And then do you want to get rid of any of these?
Yes, I will get rid of both of those.
That makes sense. And with that, we move on to my turn. Number 4, I have a Tantalus, 1 Witch, 1 Clawed Fiend, a Venom, and 2 Chimera left against this. I've killed like a couple of things. And then you killed your own character with the explosion. Okay, so wish me luck. So I get 4 points. I also get Blood and Guts as a mission, Storm Hostile Objective, and Defend Stronghold. So I have to try and defend my home objective. I have to try and take away an objective that you control away. And that's about it. Cool. So how are we going to do that? With few models. Let's see what we can do in my turn 4. Okay, so the Tantalus just moved up enough to see those little scarabs. That fell back to try and hold that objective if I kill the scarabs. And that witch fell back and is going to fall back and charge. My aim is to just charge into here, try and contest that objective to prevent John from getting a 12. Okay, so with that, let's do some shooting. Success. Mission success. So the 2 little models contesting that objective with OBSEC. So even you have 2 models there, I have 2 models, so that's a moot point. I did hold an objective that I didn't hold, and I killed a unit holding it. So that's 3 points there. And I dropped you down to an 8 instead of a 12. However, for points, I did successfully storm hostile objective. I didn't get Blood and Guts, and I'm currently working on defending my stronghold, which I should be able to get. Okay, so with that, I get 3 bonus points at the end, and it is your turn. Number 4. Now the game's going really fast. So let's see what you get. So the Necrons got battlefield supremacy. So hold 3 objectives and more than your opponent. Gonna do that. Secure no man's land. That's hold 2 objectives in no man's land. Gonna do that. And grind them down. At the end of my next turn, have killed more things than I can kill of you. So you're going to get that. That's 15 points you're going to score. Nothing I can do to stop that. So we'll come back off to movement and shooting just so you can see like what happened. A recap time. So we had the Monolith and the King kill the last Tantalus. Finally died. This Obelisk just shot the Obsec Witch and doesn't care about the Claude Fiend. So it's just going to let the Claude Fiend live. And then charging, we're going to have the King charging into the Venom.
Yes.
And just gonna try and kill a Venom. Moves 4 inches. He's like, woo, 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 woo.
He's been set on fire a couple of times.
Is he also OBSEC or no? No, he's an agent. Okay. Oh well, you still have 3. You have that one, and that one. Nothing I can do for battlefield supremacy. Sad. Okay, John, what did you do?
So, secure no man's land. I'm going to get battlefield supremacy. I'm going to get.
Yeah, so that's 10, and then you're working on grind them down. You're also got 3 bonus primary points as well for taking an objective and killing something on an objective. So I have got Defense Stronghold maxed out on 45. I will get 4 more points for primary, right? And right now, the only way I can get 2 more points is by controlling an objective my opponent controls. Since he's not OBSEC, it relies on me running these Chimera to get within 3, falling back this Claude Fiend and using Cruel Deception and making a charge to stop him from heroically intervening into my Claude Fiends. If I can do that, 2 more points. So I use my command point for Cruel Deception. To fall back, I need a 9-inch charge. The Claude Fiends have moved up.
I've done one to Overwatch.
Okay, Overwatch. Nothing there. Is that the only guns you have?
Yep.
Come on, Claude Fiend. Are you the hero that we need? Oh, so close. Would you like to heroically intervene?
Yes, I will.
Ah, sad. Okay. Well, let's see if these 2 Chimera can survive the King. And you killed them.
Yay.
Okay. So at the end, I don't get an additional 2 points, leaving me at 38 primary and 45 secondaries. So with that, let's go into your final turn. So you will get grind them down at the end of my turn. So you get 5 more primary secondary points, bringing you to 30 secondary points. Okay, so Area Denial, you're going to kill that. That's good. Storm Hostile Objective, the King just needs to advance and get himself onto that home objective and hold the line. He will get at the end of the turn because there'll be no enemy units within. So John is going to get 15 points at the end of the game. He's going to get 12 primary points plus 2. So 14 primary points plus 15 secondary points. Let's see what the totals are. Okay, so the Dark Eldar got 38 primary points and 45 secondary points. The Necrons got 45 secondary points and 42 primary points. Yeah. Oh, winning by 4 points. Oh my goodness, what a great game. John, that was fantastic. Okay, we'll be back with an after action report. Thanks a lot for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the battle report. Of course, John does have a Twitch channel. We actually streamed the making of this battle report on Twitch.
We did. Everybody had so much fun.
It was great. Thanks a lot to everyone who tuned into that. Of course, that's every Thursday and Sunday nights. So make sure you check out John. The link will be in the description. Huge shout out to the channel Patreons, without whom none of this would be possible. The best way to support the channel is through Patreon. So check the link out. Come join the community for bonus content, an awesome Discord community, as well as a variety of goodies and things as well. Other than that, I've been Skari. This has been John. Signing off until next time. The Dark Kin. Bye, everybody.